Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're reviewing Missing. Missing is a sequel to Searching, which came out 5 years ago, back in 2018. This movie is about June, played by Storm Reid, who has to find her mother, played by Nia Long, after she has gone missing after going to Colombia with her new boyfriend. Although this is technically a sequel, you don't need to see the previous movie. Missing is a brand new story with a whole new cast and characters, with even new directors and writers. The events of Searching do show up as a fun Easter egg, but they do not have anything to do with the main story. If you didn't know, the gimmick, if you will, of these movies is that the whole movie is presented through the perspective of computer screens, like FaceTime calls, iMessages, and news reports, stuff like that. I was a fan of Searching when it came out. I thought it was a pretty clever movie. I would say Missing is mostly as good as Searching, but not quite. And I totally understand what the filmmakers were going for here. They obviously wanted to go crazier and go bigger for this sequel.
There are some legit questions.
Hey, Junebug. There's actually a lot I want to talk with you about.
I think Missing does a lot of things to really separate itself from its predecessor. It is borderline scary at times, but all still within the realm of PG-13. To contrast that, you have these really funny scenes where some of them almost felt like a comedy sketch at times.
Siri, call June.
Mom, this is FaceTime.
Oh, gosh.
Not to mention the movie does get very emotional and heartbreaking. Certainly a roller coaster type of movie. I will not spoil what happens. You should definitely go into this movie blind. Maybe I'm just not that smart, but I have no idea where this movie was headed. If you were able to predict the twist of this movie, props to you. Because just when I thought this movie was going one direction, it almost completely 180s on me. With these type of movies, it all builds up to some big twists. And unfortunately, that's where the movie loses me a little bit. The whole movie was pretty solid up to that point, and I was able to suspend my disbelief to an extent, like any movie that I watch. Like how Joe was able to reset so many damn passwords. But I guess older people aren't as tech savvy and they probably won't have two-factor authentication on. But I just couldn't help but feel like half of this movie almost gets thrown out the window. And the first half just doesn't matter as much. Not that the twist is totally random. They definitely didn't just pull it out of nowhere. I mean, the master plan itself had to be good enough to fool the FBI and police, let alone a moviegoer. It's just the big reveal didn't really work for me. I thought it was a bit ridiculous. Despite that, I still think this film is worth watching. I gotta say, Storm Reid really carries the movie, and I can't wait to see her in The Last of Us. A lot of scenes is just her in front of her MacBook camera, and she really has to sell the emotions in her face. And this isn't your typical movie. You don't really have different camera cuts, and you only see the computer screen. If she wasn't good, I feel like this movie would have fell apart easily within 20 minutes. And also, Javi was a great character. I mean, just what a cool dude. I won't spoil his part of the movie, but June and Javi find this unlikely bond despite being total strangers. Even though the second half of this movie didn't work as well for me, I feel like the movie as a whole still tackles some really important themes, like how easy it is to track someone over the internet. That really made me paranoid about my own online footprint. Also, dealing with police and FBI seems so damn stressful, even when you look to them for help. On top of the things about our society, the real heart of the movie is about family, what it's like dealing with grief. I think Missing sends a great message about the sacrifices our parents make. Even though they might do some things that we might find annoying, deep down they do it out of love, and to lose them, I can't imagine what that's like. That's exactly what June and her mother go through. But soon enough, June understands what her mother sacrifices for her after she goes missing. So that wraps up my thoughts on this movie. I did have my gripes, and I think it's not as good as its predecessor. But still, overall, I think it's a fun, enjoyable movie. I had a pretty good time seeing this in theaters with a crowd. And if you guys have some free time, maybe check this one out in theaters, or just wait till it hits some streaming service somewhere. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.